A scramble for oxygen as a 737 drops 25,000 feet in less than 4 minutes. A hole opens up above passengers shortly after taking off from Sky Harbor. Thanks for choosing us. I'm Christopher Syme. That Southwest Airlines flight forced to make an emergency landing in Yuma is now causing a ripple effect right now at our airports. ABC 15's Brian Webb is covering this developing story and what is being done to make sure these planes are safe. And Brian, this is causing some planes to be grounded?
Well, Southwest Airlines canceled 300 flights today across the country. I'm told 17 canceled out of Sky Harbor. The airline and federal officials inspecting 79 planes, scrambling to figure out what went wrong so this terrifying incident doesn't happen again. These are some of the first photographs of the damaged plane, ripped apart in midair. 118 frightened passengers aboard, one of them taking video with a cell phone.
You always think of people getting sucked out of the airplanes when there's a hole in it, and it was really scary.
Flight 812 at 36,000 feet. Suddenly, several pops and a loud whooshing noise. It's the sound of the plane's skin peeling away, leaving a 4-foot-wide view of the sky. The aircraft loses pressure, oxygen masks deploy.
The top of the plane was ripped off, and all of a sudden the mask came down, and it was pretty frightening.
I hope that your audience will understand that they don't have to sweat it when they take their next flight on Southwest or anybody else.
Jim Tillman, Valley aviation expert, 29 years as a pilot with American Airlines. He tells me planes age differently than people, not measured in years, but in cycles of pressure.
Working that metal back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. Do you ever take a paper clip and just bend it back and forth? Eventually, it comes apart, structural damage.
By all accounts, the crew acted admirably. The plane landed safely, no passengers hurt, but leaving with a terrifying memory none of them will soon forget.
I've never been that scared in my life.
We have been told that airplane is 15 years old, by the way, and this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Another Southwest flight, July of 2009, also lost a piece of the roof. We will have continued updates throughout the night on ABC15.com. For now, live at Sky Harbor, I'm Brian Webb, ABC 15 News.
Brian, thank you. And we wanted to give you a better idea of just the size of the hole in that plane, so we came up with this. Passengers tell us it was 1 foot by 3 foot, and this is about the size of that. So just imagine, you see the length here? Just imagine 36,000 feet in the air, and all of a sudden a hole this size breaks out up above you. Obviously, extremely frightening, extremely concerning. We're also told the NTSB has cut out the entire portion of the plane around where the hole was, and that has now been sent to a lab in Washington, D.C. Amazingly, nobody was seriously injured in this case. And as Brian mentioned, you may recall a similar incident on a Southwest Airlines flight. Well, you're exactly right, because it was back in July of last year, and it was a 737, and it made an emergency landing in Charleston, West Virginia, after a similar incident. In this case, it was the same thing, almost. A rip in the fuselage at 35,000 feet. That hole was the size of a football, causing the cabin to depressurize. No one was hurt in that incident.